Hello everyone, it's Renee with True Path, and this is the second session in How to Read Tarot series that I'm doing. So we're going to do card 2 and 3 in the Major Arcana today. So that is the High Priestess and the Empress. Divine Feminine Energy, big time. Okay. So remembering that I can give you kind of the general meanings of the cards, but it's really, really important to use your own intuition when you're reading cards for yourself. So just taking the overall theme of the card and in the context of the reading that you're doing, the question that you're asking, what's going on in your life, that's where you use your own intuition. Okay, and so the High Priestess is a good opportunity to talk about intuition because that's what she's all about. She's all about using her intuition, and I'll get into the meanings here in a second. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about how to tap into your own intuition a little bit, because I know some of you have that question, like, how do I do that? So it is providing yourself opportunities to be still and quiet, because it's really hard to hear your intuition when you're really busy or there's lots going on. We can still hear it, but if you're unfamiliar, if you haven't practiced, because it really is a practice, we have to get back to the connection that we have with our higher self, because in our growing up, it's kind of not encouraged, not talked about. We don't even talk about it. And so if you're discovering this on your spiritual path, realizing that you do have a higher self, you do have intuition, it takes some practice to get a feel for what that voice, like, it's not always like words that come into your mind. Sometimes it is, and for everyone it's different. So it's important for you to figure out what your intuition feels like to you when you know that's your intuition, and it's sometimes hard to tell. And so I describe it as kind of, it's this merging of a knowing and a feeling. Sometimes it's words, sometimes it's images, but it's really more of a knowing and a feeling that come together. So if you watch my channel, and when I'm doing readings and I'm tapping into my own intuition as I'm looking at the cards and reading the cards, I'm really tapping into that knowing and feeling. Okay, so when I get something that feels correct or right in this context, I'll say something like or yes, that's it, because it just feels like, boom, yep, that's correct in this context, in this time, for this collective, whatever I'm doing. And so sometimes I'll even kind of like fumble around, like I'll guess, is this what it is? Like I'll just say words until I kind of stumble upon it. And you can tell, you'll have a feeling and a knowing if you're kind of guessing and is this it? No, that's not it. That's not quite it. It's getting closer, but that's not quite it. And then you'll hit it. Yep, that's it. Okay. And so practicing using your intuition, you can do it in just little ways during your day, right? Like, okay, I'm going to give you a really silly example, but you might have noticed I changed glasses. These are just old glasses, but I just wanted to wear these instead. So no real reason. I'm just being called to, okay, wear these other glasses. Okay. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with my other glasses. They're fine. It doesn't really matter. But that's kind of an intuitive hit. It's a silly one. Who knows what higher reason there is for that. Maybe there isn't an actual reason, but it's something that I was just guided to do. Use these other glasses. Okay. And so it's learning to just trust those little nudges that you get and just go with it, you know? Okay, so let's get into the cards. I hope that was a little bit helpful. I can talk more about that as we go too. Okay, so number 2, the High Priestess. Okay, so this is Pisces energy. Pisces is like a spiritual connection, connecting to our intuition. So she is sitting in this like open air. You notice there's no roof here. So she has like open communication with spirit, with her intuition. And this is from the Light Seers Tarot. This is the High Priestess in that deck. And you notice this like open channel to her intuition, to spirit, right? And so this is also about balance and duality. You see the black and the white here. And there are lots of meanings to all the symbols. The pomegranates, the B and the J stand for, like, I don't know what the words are, but it's like representing duality. Like she's able to connect heaven and earth. She's able to use her intuition to connect heaven and earth. She's also very quiet. Okay, so this is just like my interpretation, my intuitive guidance with this card. Is she doesn't say much. She just knows things. And she is kind of like privy to information that maybe, I want to say like not everyone has access to that information. So she's able to access, she's able to go beyond the veil between consciousness, our oneness, and our physical 3D life. Yeah. So you notice the moon, right? This is showing the phases of the moon on her hat. Okay, so, and there's a moon here. So she's able to tap into her intuitive gifts. She's open to that. Okay. All right. So that is the High Priestess. Divine Feminine energy as well. Okay, and the Empress, one of my favorite cards. So this is number 3 in the Major Arcana. So she is Divine Feminine personified. She is the kind of the amalgamation of all the queens in the tarot deck. So the Queen of Hearts, Pentacles, Swords, and Wands. She's like the ultimate version of Divine Feminine. Okay, so she's abundant. You see all the wheat here. She's creative. She's pregnant, actually. And so you can really see that in Light Seers Tarot. She's pregnant with the world, right? She can create anything in the world. So Divine Feminine energy is about creation. It's about receiving abundance, being open. She's very, Empress is very like compassionate, kind, generous. And you see she's sitting in this chair. She doesn't have to like go out and try so hard. She just kind of creates from like this almost energetic level where she just has this mindset of abundance. She can create anything. Yeah. She doesn't go out and chase things. She's very confident in her abilities. So Taurus and Libra energy, and each card has is associated with some signs because they're associated with like the elements or the aspects of her are associated with Venus, and Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. So each card is kind of associated with a planet and the aspects or the characteristics of that planet. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to say about those cards. Beautiful Divine Feminine energy. All right, so I hope that was helpful. And so I'll continue the series. We'll keep going through all the major arcana and then see where we go from there. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was helpful. Talk to you later. Bye.